before we read our story, please look at your pre-reading questions to kind of get our brain going. The pre-reading questions, did you get some? These ones? Can you look at them, please? They're the ones,
Read the questions.
there are 3 questions, and they don't have numbers next to them.
Give it to me.
So before we even look at our story, we are going to look at our questions.
You have to write on it.
Who would like to read that first question? Vivian, can you read it for us, please?
What do you know about the ecosystems in Antarctica?
So using your, who remembers, background knowledge, what do we know? I'm going to move this way. About ecosystems in Antarctica, this first question. Owen, what do you know? One thing or 2 things?
I know that Antarctica is really extremely cold.
Okay, so it's extremely cold.
You have to have fur or a lot of blubber to survive there.
Okay, fur or a lot of blubber. Olivia?
Not a lot of warm-blooded animals like that.
Okay. David?
They're, even if it's summer, it's still going to be cold in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm. Diana?
They have like ice where it's like really cold.
Okay, so there's a lot of ice. Vivian?
The sun is always up.
It depends on time of year. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up. Is Antarctica in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere? Up, north or south? No, show me with your finger. North or south? Antarctica is in the southern hemisphere. It is near the Southern Ocean. Okay. So what are some examples of animals that live in extreme cold conditions? Who knows some animals that live in really extreme cold conditions? Jonathan?
Polar bears.
Polar bears? Jemana?
Penguins.
Penguins? Max?
Arctic foxes.
Foxes? Okay. So we're thinking some of our animals that we have chosen live in the Arctic where it's really cold. Okay. So we're gonna think of some animals that live in Antarctica. And someone said penguins live in Antarctica.
Leopard seals.
And maybe some leopard seals might live in Antarctica.
Can I say something that lives in the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
I think orcas.
Okay, orcas. So let's look at this question here. How might climate change affect animal habitats and migration patterns? So what do you think climate change is first? It's a big word. It's a big idea that we work with in the world. Olivia?
If it was like hot in Antarctica, some of the animals could either die or survive, because it's not how their climate.
Okay, so they're not adapted to the climate, so their habitat will change. They might have to do what? Migrate. We learned in ecosystems that migrate is when animals move from one place to the other based on different seasons. Okay, so we're gonna look at our story. Okay, so we're gonna put our story on a clipboard. And in our title, let's look at our title. The very first word says surprise. What do we know about a surprise?
A surprise birthday cake.
Okay, Alexi.
It's like you didn't know it was gonna happen.
We didn't know it's gonna happen. Can we circle the word surprise?
Well, I love those. I love sharks. I love sharks. Oh yes, I do have. Oh yes, my birthday is yeah. Okay. Both sharks. Both. Oh wait, I need a red sheet. You're writing sleeper. I wonder if you have. Oh, you do. Both. Both sharks don't like it.
So I'm gonna sit here with you. So tell me a little bit about super sharks right now. What are you writing down? What have you started discussing about?
I was saying
So they live in the
they
ocean?
love like sleeper sharks like cold water,
Okay, so they like cold water,
and then the other sharks like warm water.
warmer water, right?
Yeah. But too warm would probably really bother them.
So the super sharks specifically is just like the cold water, and then all other sharks like warmer water.
Oh, very few others like warm water. Well, yeah, cold water.
We're discussing right now.
So tell me something. What both kinds of sharks? Did you read anything about both kinds of sharks?
They both live in water.
They both live in the ocean.
They both need salt
Okay.
to survive.
They both live in salt water. Okay.
But we can write for other sharks. What are you writing? Waters.
You could just write the both sharks.
Just writing. They are old.
Nelson's right.
What did you just write?
So I have a question for you. So do you think? Remember our question at the very beginning, where we talked for the three questions? How might the climate affect animal habitats and migration patterns? Do you think that the warmer ocean is causing the super sharks to migrate to different areas?
Yeah. And there's very fewer places because the warmer and warmer
Yeah.
weather.
And what about ice melting? Do you think like the fresh water that's melting is causing any like differences for the sharks?
Warmer water. It's hard for them to find salt water because there's more fresh water.
They're both adapted to their own.
So once you finish the Venn diagram, you don't need to this that's one thing for each, and then you can start answering the questions. Okay? Start answering the questions. So I'm done. Yeah, we'll share with your group, and then start answering the questions.
Can I do two? Is that okay?
Yeah, but share with your group.
You can do as much as you want.
I wrote a super shark that they live in the ocean. Well,
You want to know something?
I know that sleeper sharks, they are scavengers.
Wait. Maybe other sharks don't live in like see it says the shark was in very deep.
Okay, so tell me about what you're finding out about super sharks, other sharks, and birds.
Sleeper sharks are like cold water, and other sharks like hot water.
Warm water. It's not, yeah. 'Cause
And I just found something
what did you find?
for the sleeper sharks. It says that also too much warm water DEs, and so maybe both of them live in that
Deeper
really
areas?
hot water. Yeah,
Okay.
but like two.
So I know you're still working on that, but I want to see.
Two sharks.
I want us to look at this right here. I want us to look at that first question. How does the sighting of a shark in the Antarctic Ocean challenge previous assumptions about marine life in this region? So assumptions is ideas, like ideas about marine life. So looking back at the text, what do you think that finding out that the sleeper shark lives in colder Antarctic water, how does that challenge the ideas about what marine life is doing?
Water, W-A-T-E-R.
What ideas? What do they used to think about? They used to think what?
They think sharks only go in warm water.
Warm water. Okay.
They both live in the warm, not to be deep. We're still the Venn diagram. They both live in the warm.
So sharks. They said look back at the passage where it says cold waters.
They both like
Okay.
one layer of water.
How do the ideas change? How does the sighting of the shark change how we think about marine life in this region?
What does question
No, we should discuss all that because we should. No, they still live there.
So they
question?
thought that there were
That's what I'm
no sharks. Okay, now in the yeah, it says many times they would have to figure out how to live there.
Yeah,
And so what can you infer about what's happening to the other water? What's happening to the other water?